Here we are. We have Al off the records. We've got Stone Daisy aboard. Very special guest, man. Fuck, please introduce you guys. We'll start with Ryan since he's on the top, and we'll go around the circle to the left.
Ryan Stepp. Ryan Stepp, play guitar for Hydrogen.
Nice.
Doug, introduce yourself.
Nothing special.
You guys know me, Dangerous Doug from RFL, and I do a lot of shit.
Love it.
Yeah, I'm Jacob. I'm the bass player in Hydrogen, and yeah, I play bass.
And I'm Holly from Hydrogen.
And what does Holly do in Hydrogen?
Holly sings. I'm
Yay!
sorry. Say that. Wait, suck at this.
I was so excited.
She's keeping it light. She does not just sing. This girl fucking sangs.
I love female bands, female metal bands. I love it when women just give their all and show the men how to do it. So I'm so happy to be here.
I'm happy you're here too.
Yay!
We were kind of brushed backstage on that, how many female-fronted bands there are now. And it's quite the change from, say, like the 80s and 90s, even the early 2000s, you know. And to have so much more female presence in the metal scene is fucking really fantastic. As a man, it's fantastic to see, you know. Like,
even as a woman.
Right? Like, that's got to be... Is that... My first question is going to be, fuck. Is that empowering when you get on stage as a female? Like, do you fucking soak in that power and just own it all the time, or is it only a stage presence when it comes to that?
No, it's the whole vibe. You know, there's something. Well, you use the word power. There's something powerful about being able to command a presence and being a woman in a man's world.
It's true though. Like, it's got. I can't imagine how hard that is. You know, so.
You know, it's actually. Oh shit! We lost the host. We have taken over the Boneyard. This is now Hydrogen TV right here.
Funny.
Yeah, it was great.
We were too metal for him.
I guess so.
A little heavy on the metal.
Or they fell asleep because it's like 4 a.m. over there.
Yeah. So hi everybody.
Hi.
Hi Dougie.
Oh, so while we're waiting for them to figure things out, I see some of the people in the chat. Rooster is a huge hit. Him, his dad, and his brother follow RFL, and you guys are one of the first bands that we kind of exposed them to. They had a dear friend that passed away, and he was a big time Hydrogen fan, Mike Withers. So give him a little shout out here. So it's good to have you guys on.
It's good to be here.
Oh
wait, them. Yeah, you're talking about them.
Oh, there they go.
Yeah. My condolences, by the way, Rooster.
Welcome back.
Man,
Welcome back to your show.
First message to me in a week. Yeah, I got after writing. Anyway, we're back, baby.
We lost you guys. Welcome back.
Yeah.
That was so unexpected.
We thought we pissed you off and you got kicked and you kicked yourself off.
No.
Don't worry. We didn't let Ryan touch anything while you were gone.
It's because we let DJ jump something that we're going to see. It's like, DJ, don't press that button.
Poof, it's over.
It's over.
I got totally touched your no-no place.
Okay, so I'm just going to jump right back into it because that's... have you always wanted to be a female metal vocalist?
Always, no. when I started out, I mean, I was born and raised in Tennessee, and in Tennessee in the 90s, it was all about country music. And so I started out singing country, and that kind of evolved into kind of a classic rock type thing, because like country rock really wasn't a thing then yet. I guess I'm dating myself, but whatever, I don't care.
Yeah.
I started doing a lot of covers like Heart and Pat Benatar and Blondie and things like that. And then that sort of evolved into kind of more of a hard rock thing. And then that just evolved into more of a metal thing. It's evolved over time. And so no, I haven't always been a metal front woman, but I've always been a front woman of some kind.
That's the way we like it.
So for Jacob here, man, bass player, that's hard. You always grow up drummers, guitar players, you know, like what bass players did you look up to and brought you into this scene, like to pick up a bass?
Well, the funny thing is what made me pick up a bass was my friend kind of just handed it to me and said, play bass. So that's how I started. But the first actual bass player that I guess I kind of tried to learn from was Alex Webster from Cannibal Corpse.
Oh.
And the biggest reason was because
cool,
I don't really like using a pick on bass. So
yeah.
When I was trying to find, I guess, the perfect band to try and learn stuff from that had my same kind of technique, and that was it.
That's awesome. I love, because Lenny from Motorhead is like what got me into metal in general. So I've always kind of picked on the bass player, like, who the fuck did you listen to? You know what I mean? Like, and almost the same question to you, Ryan, like playing drums and shit. Like, were you looking up to like fucking the dude from Rush? That's what I hear. The 300 piece
Ryan,
drum set.
Ryan plays every damn instrument on the planet, I believe.
For real, eh?
Really?
Do tell.
Well, I try to stay away from the skin flute, but
He hasn't been trying that.
No, like growing up, you know, I started on bass, kind of like Jacob.
It's only on our end.
I've been playing bass since I was probably 10 or 11. Started playing guitar at 13. Then I actually got lessons from a good friend of mine that was actually in marching band to play drums. So that's where I really picked that up. But, I mean, I wouldn't actually call myself a drummer. I've played in a lot of bands as a drummer. But I've pretty much stuck to my roots with guitar. And I really looked up to, like, Tom Kiefer, Cinderella, and Joe Perry, you know, just old classics. That's what I was big into.
Cinderella, it's something a lot of people don't say that band. You know, that's awesome to hear, because I do know a lot of them. They're an American band, right? Old school.
Yeah, I think Tom is probably one of the most underrated and most talented people I've ever heard. If you've ever seen Cinderella, he'll grab a saxophone and he plays a sax solo, piano, name it.
Yeah.
He was Cinderella. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
How long have you guys been playing as a band together?
So the 5 of us, the current lineup, the 5 of us have been together for 2 years now.
I think so.
Well,
I joined in January 2021.
Yeah.
Really? I feel like it's been like 50 years since I met you guys.
Yeah, well,
is that a good or a bad thing when it feels so long?
That's your interpretation. Um,
So that's interesting.
All depends
No,
on the day you're in.
so Jeff and I have known each other for 12 or 13 years now. And he and I met through kind of a mutual friend. It's actually an interesting story, and I'll try to make it short. I'm really bad at drawing these stories out, so if you get tired of hearing me talk, just like
We have
tell me.
unlimited time here in the Boneyard, man. We don't count down.
So I was in another band, and this was, like I said, 12, 13 years ago, and we were looking for a place to record. And we didn't have any professional experience at all. We just seriously just wanted a place to go and lay some tracks down and, you know, whatever. So we started looking, and we found this guy. I just got a text that Jeff is on.
Yeah, I did too.
Let me see if I can do this
Oh,
without
by the way, Ollie, I was wrong. 2020 is when I joined. 2020.
going away. Here we go.
That
Boom.
makes
I
more
got my
sense.
years all mixed up.
I was
Yeah,
going to say,
2020
it's been
is
longer
when
than
I
that.
Oh, God.
Oh, he's in the back of a
What's
police
that,
All right,
car.
shut up. Here he is.
Westwood.
He's in the back of the police
Of course
car.
he is. That's what makes
Once
a great
again.
band.
Jeff, you totally interrupted me. I was in the middle of a good story, and you just bombed.
That's Jeff for you.
I haven't said shit, so keep going.
Wow. Anyway, so Jeff and I met 12 years ago through the guy that we decided to go to his recording studio. His name was Scott Clayton. And Scott and Jeff had worked together on previous projects. So long story short, Scott kind of introduced us to Jeff, and we started working together that way. Jeff produced that album for us for that band that we were recording. And then after that, you know, years went by and things happened, and we were in one place, Jeff was in another place, and we always stayed in contact, and we would do musical projects together, but it just, the timing was never right for us to be able to actually have a band together until August of, I guess it was 2019. Jeff called, and he was like, hey, I need a singer, and by the way, I need a bass player, and you sing, and that guy that you're married to plays a pretty mean bass guitar, so let's do something. And it, like I said, it was all that time. It all worked out perfectly. So we've been working on this stuff for a couple of years. Ron just told you he came on board in January of 20, right?
2020.
Is that right?
2020.
Okay. Okay, and then Scotty Clayton, our drummer, which is the son, like I said, it came full circle, the son of the guy that owns the studio, which is how Jeff and I met. His son Scotty is our drummer, and he came on just right about the same time that Ryan did. So, yeah, that was a quick synopsis of the current lineup as we are.
I love it. I love it. Before we carry on, I just want to say hi to everybody because we got the tablet sideways so we both can fit in because my head's too big and I pushed EJ off.
He's always like,
So we can't see any comments. I'm like,
like,
giving you my space here. So I just want to say hi to Hollywood, and we've got Herb. Is it Herb Mowry? If I'm swearing at anybody, I apologize.
Yeah.
We've got Pamela Thompson. Doug, hi Doug. Hi Doug. Then we've got Rooster Jordan.
Hi.
Yes. And I think that is it. We've got Kerry Boyce. Boyce. And then
Kerry Boyce is on.
Krista Stevenson. Tammy Henner.
Hey, Tammy.
Gee, thanks guys. We've got so many people online today and Jamie Potter. If we forgot anybody, we're very sorry.
Officially our third Monday Night Metal on time every Monday.
Yes, and I'm
So,
first
cheers
one
for
for
that.
me because I
Yeah.
slept through the other two.
but now that Jeff is on, please introduce yourself, man. Let us know what you do. Obviously, we're whatever.
Yeah.
Tell us who you are, man. Fucking, we want to know.
Yeah, you do. My name is Jeff Westlake, and I am the head moron of this bunch.
Nailed it.
Yeah.
Anything goes wrong, blame Jeff.
Pretty much.
I don't know, Jeff. You seen some of my text messages to you?
Man, I haven't been reading nothing tonight.
I didn't mean tonight. I meant just in general. Anytime I'm just random and I send you shit.
I got a buddy like that, just random shit you get all the time,
Really?
right? Like no
Like, I'll just wake up
conversation.
in the morning
just
and be like,
random shit.
It's like, have you ever got up and farted in the shower and just realized how much more it stinks? Just random stuff like that.
Oh my God.
This is great podcast
That's
conversation.
definitely the
Well,
Well, the
You
fart
should see
box
some
is
of the
random
random
to you.
right there for sure.
Sometimes when they do lives and they start talking, I'm like, guys, you are live. Too much information. I don't think that people want to know what you are really talking about now. It's like, okay, wait, I'm going to leave you. This conversation, I don't want to be part of this.
See, it doesn't take me
So,
long
hey,
to scare people off.
Holly,
yeah.
have
Yeah.
talked about anything important?
Have we talked about
We
anything
were gonna-
important?
We talked about you a lot.
Yeah, I talked about you. I don't know. We talked about who we are, and we talked about how we are.
Yeah.
Okay, where are you?
Where are you guys located, and then where can we find your fucking where
And where
can
are
the
your
people
shows?
find your music? Where are you playing next? Like, we gotta know. Tell us it all. Spill the beans.
All right. Well,
That's
you
like
can
10
find us on
questions.
just about all the music outlets: iTunes, Amazon. I don't know. Help me out, Jeffrey. Okay, never mind. Go away, Jeff.
You're on
Like,
Spotify,
yo.
remember? That's where I first found it, right? YouTube.
Okay, so basically any of the main streaming services and streaming services was the wrong term.
Ever. Are
Right.
you guys on Bandcamp as well?
Digital outlet. You'd think it was 4:00 in the morning over here.
Yes, I think Jeff is back.
There it is.
Facebook page is Facebook.com/Hydrogen Official, and then there's the website as well. So as far as live shows, I know 2022 is going to bring some shows. We're not 100% sure yet when that's going to be. I had some a few little medical setbacks this year. 2021 was not the best to me health-wise, but I'm doing a whole lot better now. I just have to kind of wrap up some things, wrap up the healing process, and get myself to 100% before I'm real comfortable getting out there, because I don't like doing a half-ass show. You know, I can go out and I can stand in front of a microphone and I can sing. That's one thing, but to actually be able to perform is a whole different animal. And I want to be 100%.
People don't realize how hard it is to do a show, and say when you're on tour, now you're doing a show 3 days a fucking week in 3 different cities for that week. What's that?
Yeah, it can be extremely exhausting.
Oh, it takes a lot. Takes a lot out of you, for sure, man. I just travel a lot, and that's brutal. You know.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll have some stuff coming up soon. We'll have hopefully some announcements coming out soon, and we'll make sure to keep everybody posted, and yeah, hopefully that'll come out soon.
Hopefully what will come out soon? Announcements?
Some announcements, some A 2022 plan.
2022 is going to unleash 3 separate live recordings. It's we do rehearsals first, second week of January, I think. Ryan and I are packing up and going to Huntsville to hang out with those two and Scotty and do some rehearsing and get ready to do some live stuff. And we're going to start finishing up the writing sessions for the next album, which I don't expect it to be ready to go until probably early 2023.
Yeah.
That's not bad. Like this year's
Really
almost
not.
pretty long. We only got like what 6 days, 7 days left. You know, so. You got any questions there, Doug? You've been quiet, man.
I have a question.
Normally all over
Just
this.
like we were talking about backstage. Now that Mr. Westlake's here, he can give us a quick rundown on the history of this machine called Hydrogen.
2003, original co-founder with me, Jeff Boggs, and I got 2 other guys together by the name of Jerry Lawson on drums and Jason Fields on bass, and started putting together. At that time, we didn't have a name for the band. We just knew we were going to put something together, and we started rehearsing singers and trying people out. Well, you know, we thought, oh, this isn't going to be a problem, so we went ahead and booked shows. And so in January of 2004, and so it got to our first shows were like the 20th and 21st of January, and New Year's just passed, and we still didn't have a singer. So Boggsy and I talked about it. We thought, well, you know, we also played in a band for then singer Julie as a country act. You know, her background's very similar to Holly's. They both started off doing country, and so we went to her one day at country rehearsal. Woohoo! And said, hey, you want to try this? And she said, yeah, I want to try it. So she requested to have a CD of all the songs and all the lyrics printed for and given to her, and leave her alone for 5 days. And so pretty much that's what we did. And so for 5 days, she went and just went through all the songs. And then we got together and we rehearsed for another 6 days. And I mean, grueling rehearsals, you know, like 6-7 hour rehearsals. And she got up to speed, and we did our first shows in Charleston, West Virginia, at Mulligan's, which was a happening place at that time in the city of Charleston. So one thing led to another, and she was really comfortable with it, and she liked it. So we decided to go ahead and start writing original material. And so we started doing that, and one of the guys from Pepsi heard about what was going on because he was a friend of mine, and he got to hear some of the demos from the stuff we were writing. Well, the next thing I know, I look up and we have a full Pepsi endorsement, and then that worked ourselves into another endorsement through NASCAR called Off the Rim, which was an apparel company, which piggybacked its way into Budweiser. So at one time we have Budweiser, NASCAR, and Pepsi all behind us. And the next thing you know, we get thrown out on a stage, you know, where there's hundreds of thousands of people going by us. And then the next thing that happened was world-renowned producer of Ozzy and Skid Row and Accept and Janet Jackson and Metallica, Michael Wagner, had heard of us, and we got a meeting with Michael Wagner, and then in 2006, we're doing Bombshell with him. Bombshell charted Billboard on 3 different charts, and actually in the top 100 went as high as number 71. Not bad for an independent band that didn't have a label. We were our own label. And the next thing that happened was Europe grabbed onto us, and that album was released in Europe. Actually, that album got released first in Europe at the end of September. In America, it was released on Halloween, October 31st. We hit the charts not only there, but here. And then the beginning of 2007, we went to Europe for our first of 3 trips. Did that. 2008 yielded Deadly Passions. 2009 yielded a DVD. 2010 was Judgment. More touring. All this time we're touring. 2011, the wheels fell off, kind of. 2012, we put out another album called Private Sessions, which was very critically acclaimed, won a bunch of awards, album of the year, all kinds of different stuff. In the meantime, I had met this chick and instantly like was mesmerized by her energy and the fact that, you know, as good as Julie was, you know, and there's no taking anything away from her, that girl sitting right there was just better. She had more energy. She actually wanted to do it. Julie, kind of the wheels had fallen off with her at that point, and I'm not really sure what happened. But so, you know, like Holly had stated to you earlier, we worked together and we did things, but we never had a chance to really do what we wanted. And so Hydrogen kept going. Julie eventually left. We got in Erica Perrott to do the Redemption album, which was a really good album. It was a different album for Hydrogen. It was very modern, very aggressive. So Erica left right after that. And then I went and got Holly and Jacob. And, you know, here we are today. We kicked out one album, The Boiling Point. We've got, like I said, 3 things getting ready to come out this year. They're all live stuff. And the next album, which is already titled, Holly's already kind of worked up the idea for it. It's going to be a concept piece. And that's pretty much 17 or 18 years and 7-8 minutes.
A lot of
Mr.
people
Frank.
think, you know, you just start a band and you're famous. You know, to hear these stories like 17 years later, like it's not like you just jump on a fucking money train. As soon as you start a band, you know what I mean? It takes that dedication, that passion, that push. You know, people don't understand that. It's nice to hear that. Humble to hear that.
Yes, it does.
It was still a lot of hard work and a lot of dedication and a lot of money. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say that, you know, that wasn't all involved, but the key to the whole thing was Michael Wagner. Once our name got associated with Michael Wagner, everything changed.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Well, hopefully he's watching and pick us up too, man.
Yeah.
He's in Belize right now. Michael's somewhere where nobody's going to find him.
Yeah. We're waiting.
He's probably on some island somewhere.
He is. That's a fact.
So who does the writing of the material?
I wonder if he's going to get that itch back, though.
No. Michael's done. He sold everything he has. Michael has nothing left. His studio is sold. Not the building itself, all the gear. He saved a couple things, but Michael's not the kind of person that does something halfway. If he says he's going to do something, he does it. If he said he's done, he's done. He said the only thing that could bring him out of retirement was Vito Brado from White Lion. So, the writing, all of us. Scotty's not here, but Holly and I instigate all the songs. But at the end of the day, it takes everybody's input, creatively and ideas and all that stuff. So this band is actively a full working band. You know, it works as the 5 of us.
No, the new album, we listened to a lot of it today while we were just bumming around, and it's fantastic.
2 thumbs up. Bring it down my playlist. I am a huge fan. I like hearing all the different kind of music because we're in the metal scene in South Africa. But to hear the different music from around the world, it's amazing. I like it. I always just add to my playlist.
Great.
Well,
thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, these
We're a bit slow.
are always on you. Jeff Westlake probably has 8 million songs that have never been heard by people. He's just holding on to them. They're in his vault under his house.
The geek sitting beside the hot chick, he's got more than I do. See the guy sitting beside the hot girl at the top there, the blonde that sings in the band. He's got more riffs than I do.
I've got a lot of riffs. I've got a lot of riffs.
That was good.
There are many.
Well, I think I got 4 terabytes worth of.
Yeah.
Do you have a lot of shows lined up for 2022? A lot of live shows. Are you guys going to tour, or do you only play local in Alabama?
No, there's no reason to line anything up right now because we're not out of the woods yet. You know,
Okay.
It's different if Metallica or Iron Maiden or somebody lines something up. They have enough money, they can sustain themselves no matter what. If we line something up and something falls through, the only money that's lost is ours, and I'm just not into losing money.
Yes.
No, it's a business. You're here to make money. Like in the end, like, you can't be continually going into debt over fucking throwing concerts and shit. And no one's doing it, you know. Especially right now, that's the worst part. Like I noticed, we went to a show the other night. It was a little smaller turnout than we thought it was going to be.
Yes, but it was very
personal.
Yeah.
It was good though.
It was a good day. It was an acoustic Green Day show. It was very, very nice.
You know, I got to meet the singer from Joy Cassidy.
From Joy Club, yes.
Joy Club Cassidy.
Joy Club Cassidy.
And obviously Kyle that plays in multiple fucking bands over here.
About 3 or 4.
We got to give a shout out to them. Human Nebula,
Velveteen, Riddle Break, State.
Yeah.
Facing the Gallows.
Yeah.
There's so many.
He's very active. He's very active in the metal team over here. But it's something I noticed though. Come here and go to that Death Fest. It was like going to Death Fest, whether it was in Toronto or fucking Chicago. Like the music's the same around the world.
It is. Where's Doug?
I don't know. He just took off. I was about to ask him a question, like for real. And then
he had to go to the bathroom.
Yeah,
there he is.
So are you guys all out of the same state?
There's no way you washed your hands, dude.
I had to let a dog in the house.
Oh, someone's mic.
Hand washing is overrated, Ryan. You know that.
Someone's working.
Just lick your hands.
Yeah. Like from my head. What's going on?
You want
All right, so I gotta let's go around the horn here. We actually have asked everyone but you, Jeff, your influences growing up. Who got you into wanting to be in music?
Johnny Cash.
Johnny Cash.
Yeah.
I love Johnny Cash.
I like some of it. I like a lot of it stuff.
It's all his fault. Johnny Cash was the first thing that I gravitated to musically. I grew up in my grandparents' house, which was 100% country. Johnny Cash, Hank Williams, Buck Owens, Hee Haw, you know, all that above stuff, and that's what got me into music. And then, I don't know, 1972 maybe. I moved. My parents finally settled in a spot because my dad traveled all around doing different stuff with Memorex and things like that, who he worked for at the time. And so I moved in with my parents because they actually moved into the house that I'm sitting in right now because I own my childhood home. So, and I walked down the hallway one day and I heard the opening riff to Iron Man. Life changed. I was like, that's what I want to do. I like the sound of that. And so I still love Johnny Cash. I own all of his albums, all like 80 of them. So, But
Just a
yeah,
little.
Johnny Cash got me started, and then I heard Black Sabbath and Deep Purple, and really dug them. And then, of course, that first Kiss album came out, and I saw that album and bought it, and I was just hooked from there. There you go.
I heard more.
But listen, I can't go without saying, I do what I do today, though, because of Ronnie James Dio. End of story, period.
He's the one that fucking brought in the fucking Rio.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
you've got some Dio stories, yeah. A lot of them.
Yeah.
You. Yeah.
Hey, how did you actually meet him the first time?
Somebody
The first time I met him,
No,
I got caught by security filming a show.
Oh, shit.
He wanted to see the film and told me he wasn't mad about it as long as when I got home, I'd make a copy and send it to him. And that's what I did. And we just kind of, that's how it all got started.
What tour was that?
Lock Up the Wolves. I want to say it was Lock Up the Wolves. That's how I met Willie Fife and everything. His personal assistant. That was a interesting situation.
Yeah, it's always weird. I know we went to Black Sabbath the one time, and we took the wrong way down the fucking Skydome thing, and we ended up down where the tour buses were underneath and shit. We just kept wandering around until they finally found us and kicked us out, right? Hoping to stumble on the fucking Ozzy's fucking bus. Right? We got close. We were
Who was singing when you did that for them?
That was Ozzy with Sabbath. And
you didn't see Black Sabbath then. You didn't see him with Ryan Dio. You didn't see Black Sabbath.
No. kind of. I've seen him as Ozzy one time. That was at Ozfest though, right? But yeah, no, you're right. Because Pantera opened for them. Deftones, Pantera, and then fucking or Black Sabbath. Right?
On the same day.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
That was a good tour.
Okay.
What was your first concert? What was the first thing you guys have seen? We'll go around the list. Talk to Ryan here first. That, like, your first concert ever.
First concert ever. That would be Bon Jovi, 1995.
Boy, that's
Wow.
Yeah, I was 11 years old. My parents kept me in the dark. They wouldn't let me go out and see all these devil worshiping rock bands, But I did get to go see Bon Jovi, and at the time, it was all right. That was after the whole These Days album, so it was kind of but
good deal.
It was still kind of cool. And Tom Kiefer and his Cinderella Project, which was just Tom Kiefer, they opened. So that was a fun show.
Love that guy.
Yeah.
Your turn, Jacob.
And Kerry Boyce told me I'm acting too serious.
Let's see. The first concert that I ever went to, like legit concert, was Breaking Benjamin, and that was mid-2000s, I think, early 2000s. That was my first ever legit, like, record label band concert I went to.
Wow.
And then I haven't been to a whole bunch, actually. I think the next one I went to was, we went and saw Iron Maiden and Megadeth in Nashville. So that was pretty cool. Yeah, Breaking Benjamin was the first concert I ever been to. It's not as cool as Bon Jovi, but
it's way cooler than Bon Jovi.
Well, I'm for you, dipshit.
Iron Maiden has got a concert now again, but the tickets are so expensive. They're about $220 a ticket. That's expensive. Yeah, they're expensive.
We didn't pay $220 a ticket.
Oh no, definitely not. Well, Iron Maiden was my first concert.
Ooh, a tour.
Wow.
I was too young to know what
What year?
what it was 92, 93. Yeah, 92, 93, somewhere around in there.
I don't even remember what album was out around that time. I kind of lost track of them after '88.
Yeah, I don't know. And you know what's really stupid is Iron Maiden was my first concert, which is really awesome. But I didn't know to appreciate them when I saw them the first time. Like, I wasn't the huge fan that I am now when I got to see them for the first time. And that pisses me off, that I didn't get to fully enjoy it for what it was. I've seen them 3 times since then. But yeah, pretty cool first concert experience.
Yep.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
So mine goes. My first goes back a little way further than all 3 of y'all. It was March,
Buddy
I
Holly,
believe.
Big Bopper.
March of '85. It was Kiss on the Animalized tour with Wasp on their first tour. It was the most fucking amazing way to break into your first show. I was hooked. Wasp. They come out. The skulls are lit up in red, and then they got the lady like painted up. I'm like, that's fucking awesome. Good show. Kiss was awesome. I mean, that lineup to me is what I grew up on. I was too young to follow in the 70s, so I only knew them without makeup. And that lineup, Bruce Kulick, Eric Carr, Gene and Paul, that to me is probably my favorite lineup, if I really had to say.
Huh.
I have not seen any international bands live. I've only
real?
seen local guys
No
live.
way.
No international
The
bands.
Death Fest was like
Yes,
phenomenal.
their fest is like a local band and everything. So my first one was like an Afrikaans singer, Kurt Darren. So nothing spectacular.
There's so much to show you, baby.
We'll revisit this question next time.
My
I was
first
like
concert was
14.
August of 1969. Johnny Cash at the Ohio State Fair.
No way. I could
I was
see why
three
Johnny
years
Cash
old.
was big. That's crazy.
Do you have memories still?
I remember it vividly. Yeah. That was like, I think it was like 40,000 people. The next night we went back and saw Tom Jones.
Oh shit, Tom Jones.
I wanted to do
You were all.
Yeah, my first rock concert was Ted Nugent.
That guy's bad.
Well, it's getting late. We're coming up on the hour. I'm tired as fuck, man. Is there anything tell us where to find your music and how we find your music, how we help support the band, man?
I didn't hear that. Was that something directed at me?
Anybody?
I was trying to listen in too.
Yeah. Basically, where do we find your stuff?
The neighbors are complaining about me. Can you fucking believe that? Story of my life.
I'm sorry. Give that to me one more time. I'm having a hard time hearing you guys.
Where do they find our stuff? Is what they were asking.
Oh, iTunes, Amazon, Apple.
Spotify.
I can't think of.
Basically, all
Spotify,
the major digital online stores.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure we're on Pandora. I haven't looked. Clearly YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then, of course, there's our Facebook page, Hydrogen Official, and then our website.
Tag you in the title
Hydrogen.
after. We'll,
Please, yes,
yeah,
yes. We'll do all the tags and everything. And when we post it on our pages. Thank you so much. We really appreciate you guys being on the
Thank
show.
you, guys.
Thank you.
Appreciate you all.
And
Oh,
thank everybody
anytime.
for listening in.
That's right.
Yeah, we love you guys.
Yeah. Play it loud,
Thanks for
play it
having
proud,
us.
baby.
Monday Night Metal. Whoop, whoop.
See you guys soon.
Good
Thanks
job.
everybody for
See
watching.
you guys.
Thanks.